Hello everyone, I am Shweta and welcome to my channel Analytics by Shweta. In today's video, we will learn how to create the glass cylinder chart in Excel. If you see, we have our series. The remaining series is in this glass cylinder effect, and then we have our score, which is the filled value. As we update this score, for example, if I make sales 100%, the entire chart updates. And if I make it suppose 20%, a small portion is highlighted. So we have this glass effect. Let's see how this glass effect looks like. You see, this is our glass cylinder where we have an entire portion and we have black at the start and the end. Let's see how do we create this cylinder, because that is the first step of creating this chart. To create our cylinder shape, we go to Insert, and in Shapes, we select a cylinder shape over here and just a rectangle shape, not a cylinder shape, a rectangle shape over here. Then in Shape Outline, say No Outline. So we have a basic rectangle over here. Now select your shape, do Format Shape, go to Fill and say Gradient Fill. If you see, we have multiple gradient stops over here. So just remove it and keep only two stops, one at 0% and one at 100%. Next, go ahead and add one more stop. So we have added one more stop. Now the position of this stop would be 20%. Then add one more stop. The position of this would be 40%. Then add one more stop. The position of this would be 60%. And add one more stop. The position of that would be 80%. So what we have done is, in gradient fill, we have a total of 6 stops. The first at 0%, then 20%, then 40%, then 60%, 80%, and 100%. So 6 stops. Now the angle over here, put it as 0. And the type, always ensure that linear is being selected. Now what we need to do is we need to have the colors. So the first gradient stop, make it a black color, and the last gradient stop also make it a black color. Now the second gradient stop, make it a white color, and the second last gradient stop also make it a white color. And the between two gradient stops which you have, select one, make that a black, and the second one also make it a black color. Now what we have done here is, the first and last gradient stops we have given it a black color. The second and the second last one also we have given white color, and the center two we have given black color. Now what you need to do is select the first gradient stop, and the transparency value which you see here, put it as 50%. The last gradient stop, also select it and put the transparency at 50%. Select the second gradient stop, put the transparency as 50%. The second last gradient stop, also put the transparency as 50%. Now the center two which is there, select one of them, put the transparency as 75%, and the other also put the transparency as 75%. So I am putting it as 75%. So if you see, we have got a glassy effect over here. Now select this and create a small copy and make it a little small. Select this, and for this just do a solid fill of black color. Make a copy of this. So we have two. So we put one at the start over here, just align it, and one at the end, and then we group it together. So we have aligned it and grouped it together, and this is how we get the glass effect for the chart. So I'll just remove the grid lines, and you can see we have got our cylinder over here. So let's proceed to create our chart. So we have a departments and we have the score. So first you need to go here and add 5% to this, and this keep it a simple value of 110%. So keep a value above 100, and so we have taken 110, so which is 5% for the top and 5% for the bottom. Once again we put it as 110. To create our chart, first select the department and the help one, help to insert and create a normal clustered column chart. If you see, we have help 1 and help 2 over here and HR and sales on the legend. We want it in the opposite. So select your chart, go to chart design and do switch row and columns. So we get HR and sales on the legend. Now just select the HR portion, go to the series option, solid fill, and select a color which you require. Next, just select the sales portion, do a solid fill, and select a color which we require. So we have colored our particular scores over here. And now just delete the grid lines and remove the axis. Let's remove the legends. Let's remove the chart title. Select the axis. Go here, use any font which you require and increase it. Now for this orange series, just select your cylinder and paste it. Now select your HR and sales, select both the series and in overlap, make it 100%. So if you see, it completely overlaps and we get our cylinder effect. The last step is just to add the data labels. So we have added the data labels, but we get 100% and 110% and 110%. We do not want this. So we just go here and say format data labels to value from cells and select your score value and uncheck value over here. So we get the particular scores of HR and sales. The next step is just adjusting the font, and I'm removing the bold and increasing it. And this is how you get your cylinder effect. For example, in if sales we do as 100%, it completely fills the cylinder. And if in score we say 25%, it goes down. We say 85%, it goes on top. So this is how you create this glass cylinder chart in Excel. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell for more updates. Thank you for your time and have a nice day.